All right, welcome back. This is your host, Kern Singh, board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon, joined by my very knowledgeable, informative co-host, Alex Sroka. Surprise, ladies, he's still single. He's still living next to the nursing home. Nothing has changed, right, Alex?
Nope, same old. I'm all about consistency.
Well, that's how you grow.
One change. If you are a listener and you have taken any of our advice and you want to try creatine or any other supplements, proteins, if you use my last name at Transparent Labs, you can get 10% off your order. So just SROKA, transparentlabs.com. They have a ton of supplements and things, but yeah, that's a new thing for me. So far,
Alex has got a promo deal. This is for the audience, okay? Alex has a deal. You didn't hear sing, Sroka. You didn't hear Sroka sing code, just Sroka. So, yeah, you guys can do that and just go right to his Venmo PayPal account while I'm still working away. Manual labor, working collar stuff. That's okay. You know, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me today. I had two visiting surgeons come, one from Vermont, one from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And one of the surgeons, I'm going to give a shout out to Micah. Micah said he loves our podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, randomly said that. So I was like, I had to record it because no one likes our podcast. And I had to record it just to make sure that I could play it to people who doubt it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is there's an inspiration, and I'm actually wearing a GoPro t-shirt. Okay.
Nice.
GoPro in Japanese. My buddy, good friend, you know him, Alex. He's a big wig at GoPro, hooks us up all the time. He actually, and he's an avid listener. He critiques us. He's pumped up. His name rhymes with Muresh Parakuri. Okay, and we won't give away his name, but you can probably Google him. He is actually the inspiration to this episode. I literally thought of him right before like 2 minutes beforehand. So just think of that. And here's the segue into our episode before I give you a topic. And you cannot type it up. You cannot look at the topic. Those are the rules. Okay? Hands up. All right. Vegas. Now, this is the Vegas story that predates you. Okay? Vegas, I think it's now almost 18 or 19 years. I've known him for 20 some years. We were there for Vegas for Halloween. Yeah, that's what I thought. But Vegas and Halloween is just Vegas. It's not
that's true.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Vegas. Yeah. So we were in line. We're the only ones dressed up in the line, okay? For this club. The only one. I got harassed. My buddies were prodding me on. But the inspiration from my GoPro buddy, who's like a brother to me, good dude, he dressed up as basically a Keebler elf, okay? So no grown man dresses up a Keebler elf, which is why this is a shout out to him, and we're going to talk about testosterone. And low
nice.
T, right? All right. He's the embodiment of low T, okay?
That's awesome.
Who sends in a group chat of a bunch of guys a selfie of you work, like, come on, man. Wrong target audience, okay? Yeah. So shout out to Mr. GoPro, my brother in arms, Mr. Poster Child for low testosterone. So that's the topic. Tell me what you know about testosterone.
It's bad if it's low.
Okay. Like all my buddies in the burbs, basically low testosterone is what drives them to buy motorcycles at the age of 50. Okay.
I know you'll probably stop me before we get into the semantics, but there's total testosterone and there's free testosterone.
Okay.
Free testosterone is essentially what is available to be bound to. And so, a higher free total is always good. You'll have to enlighten the audience on what these reference ranges are, but I know that a normal testosterone,
no. You why don't you talk about transparent labs and your 10% promo code, okay? Why don't you keep talking about that? Waste another 5 minutes of our 30-minute podcast, okay? While you make money. I still have no sponsors.
Hey,
No sponsors.
I'm trying to improve my
Help
life
yourself.
over here.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
But the total reference range for like what's considered normal testosterone, total testosterone is I think anywhere from like 4 to 900
Well,
now.
let's take the step back.
Okay.
What is testosterone first?
It just tell the audience why we.
Come on, man. This is part of why they chime in. Okay, you want to quit after you give your Transparent Lab 10% promo code and then you're out? I got to carry the whole show? Is that what basically happens? See that, audience? Next time I'm coming back with the Transparent Lab code for 13% off.
I'm struggling to describe what it actually is. I know that it has anabolic properties for muscle growth and a lot of other important functions.
A hormone naturally produced, right? It's a hormone naturally produced.
Yeah. So it's naturally produced by your testicles.
That's right.
And it,
and your ovaries.
Oh, true. Yes. Women have testosterone. Yes.
Yes.
I know that
despite your anti-vax MAGA beliefs, women actually do produce testosterone. They're actually women. I know that goes against everything,
But
and for the audience out there, we're talking today about testosterone, not Tylenol. Okay, so we know we don't want the autism, the autism crew out there today. It's testosterone, not Tylenol. Just to want to clarify. Sorry about that. Keep going.
So it has anabolic properties, which would be like muscle building, obviously, especially in males.
That's number one, muscle mass, right?
Muscle mass. Also can impact your sex drive. It gets
libido. That's the medical term. Yes.
Yeah, libido.
We're not. This is not Howard. This is not Howard Stern here. Okay, it's not Howard.
My
Stern.
bad.
Yeah, Baba Booey. Okay,
but it gets converted to DHT, which impacts your.
Well, let's take a step back. Don't get too technical. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Bill Nye, science guy. Just take a step back here. So you hit on that. You hit on the head. Muscle mass, libido. Hair distribution for men, right?
Yep.
Right.
Voice,
and voice, temperament, mood,
temperament,
right. Yep. Big one, big one, big one. When does testosterone peak?
I think mid-20s.
That's right. 18 to 25.
Yeah. Gosh,
remember those days? You'd be outside. The wind would blow, and all of a sudden, you have an erection, right? I mean, that's libido.
Yeah.
Now it takes a bunch of gimmicks at 49.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that it makes you feel like a bug that lives for 2 months. That's your window, and then everything after 30 for the next 50 years of your life just gets worse. Not just testosterone, but like everything. Sucks.
So just a follow-up to that story, and for the audience who've been kind of serially following us, that there was an episode where my son's friends in school said, dude, that guy's jacked for an old dude. But I didn't tell you the second part of that. They said, man, he seems pretty cool. Spend a lot of time with him because he's really old. I'm only 49. Like, they were implying that that death was like right at my doorstep. Like, enjoy all the moments you have with your dad. Like, so yes. So at 40, so in general, testosterone starts decreasing 1% or so every year after the age of 30.
Got it. Okay.
That's when every male says, 32, 33, I could have played in the NBA. I could have made the NFL. I just picked up pickleball too late. I could have been a baller, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now we know testosterone drives all these anabolic functions, like you mentioned. And that's where we talked about in peptides. People are using them kind of as growth hormone analogs to stimulate testosterone. You mentioned how we test it. You're right. Total testosterone, free testosterone. To break it down for the audience, just to make it easy, free is what's available. Free is what's biologically active, what you can use some. Free is what I basically do this podcast for, not like Alex Sroka and 10% off at Sroka Transparent Labs collaboration. So that's free testosterone. Total testosterone is like us if we were actually working together as a team, trying to support each other, make each other money. Like Transparent Lab, Sing Sroka or Sroka Sing coupon code. So total is the bound, what's in our body, wound up, not usable, and free. So now what do you know about lab testing? And this is the biggest scam.
About like getting your bloods done?
Yeah, your testosterone test. Everyone in my age group has it done. They all swear by it. Dude, I've got low T. I got to do this. You know?
Oh, well, I mean, I get my bloods done twice a year, and it'll
testosterone.
Yeah, I get a full male optimization panel twice a year.
Okay, what is this from the Joe Rogan School of Medicine and Science? Like, what?
No, man, I go to the little Quest Labs inside of the Jewel Osco.
How about you actually go see a primary care physician as opposed to getting your scientific advice from your barber? Okay, your medical and scientific advice from your barber. Dude, hey bro, hey man, can you do a tight fade on the side, a little fluffy in the front, and yeah, by the way, totally believe in that Tylenol. I cut off Tylenol. I'm not autistic, you know. That's, you know, I'm going to die from this fever, but I'm not going to die from autism. All right.
I'm just saying that it's good for anybody to obviously get their bloods done and see where things are, and then see a licensed provider to get advice on what to improve.
Provider. This is the devaluation.
Physician.
Yeah. Okay. A doctor. He doesn't want to see a doctor. The guy wants to see his barber with the skin fade as the medical provider, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. So here's the scam. And everybody I know, I got low T, dude, no sex drive. My wife's not into me. And I'm always like, first of all, you're 53, you're balding, you're an Indian dude in the suburbs, and you're 45 pounds overweight. Of course, your wife is not attracted to you. There's no sex. That has nothing to do with testosterone, man. That just has to do with the Indian genetic curse. So there is variability in testing. So when you test testosterone, it is a hormone that has what we call a diurnal variation, a daily variation.
Oh, so for sure. Yeah.
You want to take the testosterone testing early in the morning.
I always do mine. I always do my stuff fasted first thing, 6 to 7 a.m.
Fasting doesn't have an effect, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
but it throughout the day, your testosterone levels will decrease if you were to like take a blood test.
Thank you, Dr. Sroka. 10% off at Transparent Labs. We appreciate.
Dude, I'm gonna be. You keep mentioning it. I'm gonna be rolling in commission.
I know. I'm like, man, you know what it is? I'm
gonna quit the show.
I'm the equivalent of the American Red Cross in Gaza, and you're Donald Trump putting up shopping plazas. Okay, man, we get it. I get it, the intent. I'm just trying to educate the audience. You're here for profiteering. Okay. By the way, we're not very political on this show. So, you got variability if you take it later. So there's a whole kind of range in which your testosterone varies by time. Then, here's the other thing. If you test testosterone free total between one lab and another lab, up to 50% variability on the same sample. 50%.
Wow.
Yes. So, low testosterone is definitely a real thing. However, it is overdiagnosed now and overtreated because it's in vogue and it's very profitable because you're paying out of pocket for it.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. So let's talk about that. So guys go in for, low T. They say, oh, man, I'm fatigued. I'm kind of like in a rut, low libido. And boom, they get testosterone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you can have testosterone like 300. You gave us a range, right? What's the normal range?
It's like 400 to 900 total.
Yeah. So let's just say you could have testosterone 856, 888. But you're tired because, dude, you're 50. You have 3 kids. You got a mortgage. You got a dead-end job, right?
You don't eat well.
You don't eat well. Yeah, Burger King. That's adulthood, man. That's not low testosterone. That's just like...
It's similar to at least years ago. I think it's changed a little bit now, but it's similar to the I can't focus, I have ADD. The
Yeah, no, it's not.
overdiagnosis of that.
ADHD is legitimately diagnosed at higher age. Now, whether it's true, I probably had ADHD. I mean, not
Hmm.
probably, I did. I did. I mean, so in elementary school, first day of class, no joke, my teacher would take my desk, put it in the corner of the room, and turn it away from the front of the room. I'd be looking away. No joke. I was in this gifted and talented program or whatever I did. And every day I'd get in trouble because I get all my homework done. And then I would like turn around and crack jokes and get in trouble. And finally, my father was like, okay, let's put this guy a year or two ahead and challenge him and whatever. But I think I had ADHD. It is an overdiagnosed condition. It is hypersensitive, low testosterone the same way.
Yeah.
So it is because it's overdiagnosed in the sense that people all have these symptoms as you get older, life stressors, and also
Yeah.
because the testing is inaccurate.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't have an accurate basis for the testing. So what are the risks and the side effects of it? So first of all, you take it, yeah, you're gonna get a surge. You're gonna get a surge in muscle mass, you're gonna get a surge in energy. There's no doubt you're gonna do that. But everything comes at a price. There's something called a gonadal pituitary axis. Your
Yes.
testes produce testosterone that can affect, hormone production in your brain and vice versa. Nothing is for free. Okay.
Right.
Except me doing this podcast. I do
Yeah.
this for free, unlike Alex Roca. That's SROKA, Transparent Labs, 10% that goes to himself. Not to me, because I'm doing it for free. Okay. Otherwise, in life, nothing is for free, right, Alex?
That is true. That is
Okay,
very true.
got it. So what happened? Take testosterone. What are the side effects?
Yeah. So when you take it exogenously and you inject it, your testicles will shrink because your body will stop producing it by itself.
That's right. That's 100% right.
So
and that's not good as an Indian male because we start behind, right?
Yeah.
Like they say that born on third base. No, we're born in the dugout, man.
Yeah.
We're behind. We haven't even taken batting practice yet, so you don't want that.
And then I know that there is another there's another action that becomes limited as a result of that. And I don't know if it's your no, it's not your sex binding hormone. But
you get roid rage. How about roid rage?
Yeah, it's at huge doses, I would assume.
No. It depends on the personality. It depends on it's really, and it depends upon maybe coexisting factors like depression. But roid rage is legit. You also get things in the gym. You get the dudes that are like back knee, right?
Oh yeah, you can get acne from it.
Yeah, you see them all. You see these dudes that are
just so easy to tell.
Yeah,
it's so easy to tell.
Like, and you get hair loss. So you're like they lose their shaved head. They look like the Vikings, right? Except they have acne. They're Vikings with acne.
Yeah.
And whenever you ask them, dude, are you natty? The answer is always what?
Yeah, man, I've been lifting for 20 years.
No. It's no comment. No comment. No comment.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. What? What's that? Yeah. Exactly.
I'm on my third set.
Yeah. You can't get that big being natty. That's just the bottom line. You can't.
It's like The Rock. It's like
yes, The Rock. Anyone that believes The Rock is natty also believes Tylenol causes autism. All right, just put it out there. The two are synonymous. Yeah, you can't be. There's one of my spine reps, good dude. He talks about it. He was jacked, big jack dude. Shout out to Tom out there. No last name, but his last name rhymes with Malpin. So Tom Malpin out there, big jack dude. But that dude is shrunk like a raisin because he's off the roids. Off the juice. But you know what? He juiced up and he lived for the weekend. He'll tell you that. I mean, and when I met him, he was jacked up. And now he's paying the consequence for it. But he's much happier. And dude, your body takes a toll, right? After all this, it's not sustainable on that kind of muscle mass, joint pain, everything else. Yeah. You get mood swings. We talked about that. But what other people don't talk about is stroke, clots, right? So the poster child to just being jacked and now being destroyed and disfigured is who? Who is
Ronnie
the poster
Coleman.
child? Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie
I
Coleman.
have met Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah. Lightweight,
Um,
baby. Lightweight.
and so let me tell you a quick story. I was
Does it
doing
end
some.
with 10% off at with Stroka at Transparent Labs?
It can. It might.
Okay.
You got to wait till
Seriously.
the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Surprise
so
hook, audience. Stay tuned.
yeah. So I was doing something with a brand that a bodybuilding brand, and there at this event there was Ronnie Coleman was like sort of an ambassador for the brand, and he comes in. I mean, it was really sad because he comes in. He's in basically like a wheelchair with a walker because he can't move around. I mean, his back has been like destroyed, but somehow they got him situated on like a seated chest press. And he was like doing the thing, lightweight, baby. And he was cranking us out. And I'm like, this guy just went from being rolled in here to, still trying to crank out this bench press. I was
He's
like,
still stronger than 95%
yes,
of people.
yes.
He cannot stand. He's had
no.
multiple back surgeries.
Yeah.
He cannot stand.
Yeah.
It's actually sad. A
It is.
better version of him, meaning a guy that was jacked, is Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Or, well, there's another guy, Mike O'Hearn.
Yeah.
I mean, I just only see his content because he puts it out all the time.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, that's where you get
stuff.
that's where you get your medicine advice also from.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. So yes.
But yeah,
strokes, clots, heart disease.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, these supplements work. Growth hormone, different types of peptides. What we're trying to bring awareness to is everything has a consequence.
Yeah.
And some people I see and talk to, they're like, that's fine. I'm living for the now. I'm going to feel great. I'd rather have a shortened whatever life, but I can be like a quality life really high. And I have no reason to judge. That is up to you. What I am saying, though, is testosterone is a very complex hormone and interplay with the body, the gonads, and the brain.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. And kids, no need for anyone to even consider that, right?
Yeah.
So let's go through some kind of popular fact and fiction, okay?
All right.
You can I saw this on Instagram, actually. I wrote it down. You can raise testosterone levels by eating raw onions.
Oh, I'm just gonna say false. It sounds false, but
Yeah,
but I could be.
There's nothing.
If it was true, I would have been straight to the grocery store now.
That chicks would love, or dudes would love you, man. You got protein gas and you got onion breath, man. It's like the ultimate combination. By the way, 10% off Stroka Transparent Labs, right? 2, lifting weights boost testosterone.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Yes.
Because okay.
Heavy lifting compound, absolutely. That's the natural way to do it.
Yep.
Testosterone therapy can cause prostate cancer.
Maybe half true, like potentially.
Yeah, the jury is still out. Right now, it's fictional, but it may worsen some cases. We don't know.
Yeah. That's what I thought I had seen too. It's like still being studied.
Low T causes dad bod.
Oh, that's such a global. No.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, it's probably the pizza.
There's so many factors. Yeah, drinking beer,
pizza, Netflix, and giving up on life. Right? Okay. Yeah. I mean,
people are into that now. The ladies are into the dad bod.
Every white dude is eating pizza, whatever, hates his wife, and basically wears gym socks and Birkenstocks at home, right? just complaining about the world, right? Giving up on the world.
Giving up.
Listen to Breitbart and Newsmax. Yeah, that's basically what it is. All men over 40 need testosterone.
Like need testosterone replacement?
Yeah.
No, no.
No, the vast majority of people do not need testosterone. And remember,
Yeah,
there's a reason it declines purposefully. There's a
yeah,
balance in life, right? We can't live
right.
forever. We're living longer, we're healthier. I mean, you do much better for yourself by, like we talked about, eating whole foods, healthy foods, whatever it is, antioxidants, all that stuff than you do by taking testosterone.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. The last, or not last, but another one of these things. Have you heard of these things that people take to boost testosterone? Beetroot and everything else like that.
Yeah, there's a number of them. Maine, Lions, Maine. I don't know.
Yes,
There's all these brands for this. I find that stuff to be snake oil.
that's right.
If it did anything, it'd be like raising your testosterone from 700 to 700.5.
That's right.
Nothing's meaningful. So, but it is amazing how many like hydroxycut and all these
Listen, I
things
give
claim
this
to
advice. It's really simple advice. Really, really, really simple advice.
use
If you,
code SROCA.
yeah, no. If your testosterone booster provider is in a strip mall next to a Forever 21 and H&M, probably not the scientific guru that you make them out to be, okay?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you can get frozen yogurt, get a sweater at H&M, hit up a Aldo's for some shoes, and then swing by your testosterone doctor, probably want to shift on that, right? You may want to think about life in a little bit different fashion. You're
Yeah, that's
laughing
true.
because it's true, right?
Yeah, no, it's very true. It's the
You're like,
GNC
hey,
in the mall
that's right.
that
Hey,
that's got a
babe.
whole section
Hey,
testosterone
babe.
support.
Hey, babe. You want to go to the AMC movie theater? I got to swing by my doctor in the clinic next door, right? You know. Anyone that goes by a doctor and the first name, hey, I'm Dr. Kern, like the doctor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Homie ain't playing that, okay? So those are
yeah,
all the scam and the sham.
yeah.
So let's kind of wrap this up. First of all, big shout out to my boy GoPro, the Keebler Elf poster child for he had low test. He is an OG. He actually had low testosterone before low testosterone was the thing. That's how. That's what an OG this guy is, right? Suresh, I love you, man. I give a shout out right there. He's gonna love that, by the way. So testosterone, it's real. It's real medicine. It is not a pre-workout. It is not a post-workout. It is something that should be handled by a qualified physician. Absolutely no exceptions. It needs to be tested, retested, and retested before you even contemplate testosterone therapy. Testosterone therapy is not something that is benign. Yeah, you'll probably get more jacked. Yeah, you'll probably get all those gains. But what's the cost? Heart disease, libido dysfunction, blood clots, those are legitimate real things, even potentially longevity, all those stuff. That's important. So at the end of the day, testosterone works. It's what your body produces. I would argue for those who are 40, 50 like myself, or going 50 like myself, the biggest thing you can do is lift heavy, lift safely, eat properly, and make sure you spend all your money at Transparent Labs with the SROKA, SROKA code for 10% off. Alex gets 35% of that, but you get 10% off. He could just give you your own code that you could run your own Ponzi scheme, but he wants it for himself.
I'll take
Anything
it.
anything to add for that to that?
No, I think it's all good stuff. Good topic, popular thing over the last number of years, but still very relevant. So
Yeah, and I think people don't realize it's not the testing is not like, hey, I'm testing and like an EKG or whatever. It
no,
is
yeah.
not that absolute, and that's the biggest thing. So if you're getting diagnosed with it, I would urge you to repeat the test several times before you actually pot commit to testosterone supplementation.
The other thing you didn't mention too is that it will especially in people who are maybe a little bit more like have more fatty tissue, it can actually raise your estrogen, and then you can have higher estrogen than normal outside of a range for males, and that can cause a lot of different problems emotionally. You can swell, like all these
I
other things
mean,
too. So that
100%
balance, it throws off the balance, just as if you were, a female. That balance is critically important to just how you feel day to day. So it gets converted to estrogen. It aromatizes essentially. So you got to be careful with that stuff too. So
100%. I think the two takeaways, like I said, um, life. There's nothing nothing for free in life except for
yeah,
me doing this podcast, right?
right,
Okay,
right.
but that's one.
Yeah,
Two, yeah, I mean, that's what happened to my buddy. That's why if you have that and you mess it up and you're a little bit fatty or whatever, then you're going to dress up as a Keebler elf in Vegas on
yeah,
Halloween. Okay,
yeah.
I mean that's
The best part is
if
everybody
that's
that's already dressed oddly is looking at you, being like, "What?"
I don't know what else is a definition of low T, but dressing up like a Keebler elf and then setting your buddies selfies when you're not that ripped and jacked. You know, like you can't get away with it. You're like,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, which is I don't know if any ladies, hopefully ladies, we're going to cover a whole women's health series.
Wait,
We're going to start doing.
have we talked about the most important thing? Is that Penn State canned? I know it's been a couple of weeks.
Dude.
Did we mention that though?
So people
You
don't.
went. Wait, real quick. You went from before that game. What's the big game, Oregon, to like you had a certain level of support there for Franklin,
No,
and then
I said
no, and then
Natty or bust.
the next week, he's gone.
It's
And then they
because
lost to Northwestern.
It's
That
because
was
my
it.
boyfriend didn't come over shoot the testosterone on my butt cheek, and I was having a roid rage. So here's the truth: the little segue on this. I thought they were going to beat Oregon. They should have beat Oregon.
But the thing is, they didn't get blown out by Oregon.
No. But let me finish. Let me finish because this is the backstory in it. Because that's all I do. Basically, I'm a Penn State football fan, full time, and a part time spine surgeon. That's basically my life. You can see in the background, right? Hand painted
Yep.
Nittany Lion, Saquon Barkley. Don't get me started. So here's the deal: they should have won that game. They did not show up for 3 quarters, and then they lit Oregon up. And then in overtime, all you have to you're actually driving for the win because you score the touchdown and it's your chance to win. So you could have argued maybe they go for 2 on the first series, but they had a chance to win despite their failings. That defense shut down Oregon. It was the offense that was incompetent. What happened, that comes out later, but Franklin lost the team. After the Oregon game, the team started believing the narrative that we can't win the big game, right? It wasn't like, oh my God, we just played probably a national championship team and we should have won. We made the mistake, but we're here. So they go out and lose at UCLA. Then it was like the second game, and then the team was over. Like you have 13 NFL draft picks on this team. 13, and you can't produce. Then what comes out later is Franklin, before the Oregon game, went to Pat Kraft, our AD, who's a stud. We have an athletic director that wants to win, that puts all the chips on the table. Penn State has one of the largest budgets in the country, right? It's top 5 in spend. And Franklin went to him for an extension of his contract. And Pat Kraft goes, beat Ohio State, and then we'll talk. Franklin then said he went around, his agent, who's a weasel, went around to the president. Kraft found out about that, confronted Franklin before the Oregon game. They had to be separated, physical, like shoving, like they had to be physically separated. And that's why when Franklin comes out, he was pissed off. Locker room saw that. Then they see the failure to win, and they're like, it all falls apart after that. With that being said, now in this day and age, hire a stud coach and the transfer portal. You can win in a season. Like look at Indiana, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't. That's the major difference is you as a head coach don't have to go and then take 3 years to rebuild a program based on recruiting. They just transfer and you're done.
I would argue recruiting is bad now because why not pay for proven studs? Why pay for potential? Go get studs at lesser programs. Pay them the money. It's mercenaries, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like you on this show. Here I am showing up, blue collar guy, working man, shows up, just trying to fill the audience and people with good scientific knowledge for free. Then I get the sponsorship ad, Sroka, Sroka, transparent ad for 10% into your bank account. On that note, we look forward to the next podcast, and we will always be, we are Penn State. Thank you.